How's it going, Yankee fans? My name is Alex with my co-host here, Nick Nielsen, and today we want to talk about a secret weapon in this Yankee bullpen. The guy's been absolutely lights out as a rookie, phenomenal young bullpen arm that is going to be a very good player for this team for a very long time. Ron Marinaccio, coming back recently from dead arm, shoulder inflammation after a tough outing, Aroldis Chapman put him in a tough spot against the Cleveland Guardians on July 2nd, as Chapman has been doing frequently this season. But Marinaccio bounced back, had some rehab assignments, came back when was Somerset, was with Scranton. And now he's back and he's looked phenomenal over his last two appearances against the Mets and then the Royals last night. So far, I'm very impressed by him. I'm excited to dive into his qualities, what he's done this season, and why he's going to be an essential piece to this team moving forward this year and in the future. But Nick, before we dive into the good stuff, how are you doing today, my friend?
I mean, I'm great. For everyone that follows the channel, you all know Ron Marinaccio is my guy, probably my favorite Yankee. So this video is going to be a very, very fun one. Very excited to dive into it. And this is one of the few times where one of my favorite Yankee players isn't just a me thing, and he's actually a really good player. Like for names in the past, Brandon Drury, Tyler Wade, Matt Holliday. Those are just a few that I've Sonny Gray. I'm wearing a Sonny Gray shirt right now. Those are a few that I've fallen in love with in the past that haven't worked out. So to see Ron the Don doing what he's doing this season has been beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. We got the Ron the Don jersey, baby. This guy is amazing. Amazing. And the play he made against the Mets where he was diving after the Hicks overthrew Donaldson to throw it to Donaldson and get out of the inning. That was one of the coolest plays I've seen. And it was just out of nowhere, out of left field. And he just reacted the perfect way, did his job by covering third base bag and got us out of the inning. So I don't know. Everything he's doing well. He's doing it with confidence as well. And he just doesn't really go out there and look like he's ever getting too into the moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, look, he always has that calm kind of fortitude about him, which really stands out to me. I mean, this year, we'll start to talk about his statistics. He's 27 years old, 6'2". This year has a 1.96 ERA, 4.32 xFIP, 23 innings pitched, about 11 strikeouts per nine. He hasn't given up a home run this season, which is damn impressive. His numbers are exponentially better than they were in AAA, which is almost impossible to fathom.
He was godly in AAA.
He was godly. He's a 78% left on base rate, 40% ground ball rate. And I have to say, I don't think anyone, I honestly, I hadn't even heard this guy's name before this season. He wasn't a guy that was talked about significantly last year or in prior years. And he kind of just got to this level and has been just tremendous for this Yankee team up to this point. And, how exciting is it to see, I guess you're probably one of his biggest fans, if not his biggest fan, but he's maintaining that impressive strikeout rate, of 11 per nine, where he had about 14 per nine in AAA. So he's striking a lot of batters. He's not this heavy sinker ball throw. He's got a four seam, he's got a slider, and he's got a changeup. His changeup is his monster pitch, his elite pitch, straight up one of the best, if not the best changeup on the team. Tell me a little bit about those specific facts and what has made him so good this year.
Well, for starters, like you said, yeah, he kind of came out of nowhere this season. I will say our own Ryan Garcia ESM really put me on the Marinaccio train because coming into the season, I was hyped about him. I thought he was going to be good, but I didn't think he was going to have as big of an impact. And then Ryan Garcia was like, Nick, sit down, watch some more footage. This dude's going to be a star. And I was like, all right. So I did. And the rest, as they say, is history. I've fallen head over heels for the guy. It's like a damn rom-com. Oh, God. But his changeup, you said, is his best pitch. And you said it's arguably the best changeup on the Yankees. Dare I go one step further and say it's arguably the best changeup in baseball? Now, I'm not just saying that and spewing shit to say it. This season, in terms of run value for pitch, which basically means how good that pitch is, how many runs are scored off that pitch, is it a good pitch? Negative is good. Positive, not good. Ron Marinaccio's changeup is tied for 7th in baseball with a minimum of 10 batters faced or 10 plate appearances against it with a negative 2.9 or a negative 6 run value, excuse me. And that's really good, right? Now I'll take it one step further. For reference, the leader on that leaderboard is Sandy Alcantara with negative 15 run differential. So he's insane run value, excuse me. But run value per 100, which, we all love to do the per 650 for plate appearances and everything, basically just showing what it would be if that player had everyday reps and if they had thrown, say, against 100 batters in this case. His run value per 100 leads baseball for the changeup at negative 4.2. When I said that this is an 80 grade pitch, I wasn't just saying that because I love Ron the Don. This pitch is legitimately impossible to hit. Batters are slugging 067 against it this season, and he's thrown it like 180 times. I don't know what it is about that pitch. It moves more like a fork ball, like a screwball, than it does a changeup, or even like a very heavy circle change. It's got like 2,000 like RPM on his spin rate, and it's got like 30 inches of break. It's just the absolutely disgusting, devastating, if I use a great word, the double D's, pitch. So I'm very happy that he's putting it together this season, and that people are finally starting to see, like, hey, Ron the Don should be trusted with the big innings and the high leverage situations. Like at the beginning of the year, I was like, this guy's going to be a name. I looked back at my tweets, and on April 11th, I said, Ron Marinaccio will be a fan favorite for a very long time. You can check my receipts. And now we're looking, and I feel like everyone's fallen in love with Ron the Don. And he handles himself so well. He fits the New York bill. And I don't know if you knew this, Alex. He's from Toms River, New Jersey.
Of course. How could I not know that? He's a local. It's look, this guy, like you said, his changeup is an elite pitch. I'll give you some insight into all three of his primary pitches. So he uses his four-seam fastball at 43.6%, changeup at 35.3%, and slider at 21%. Four-seam fastball is rating on a 107 average against it, with a 23.7% whiff rate and 15.7% put away rate. So good whiffs on that four-seam fastball, which has some tail to it.
And he got more velo back on it since he came back from his injury.
He's at 96.
He was talking about it yesterday post game. He was talking after Jameson Taillon. He said, "Yeah, it's nice to be able to feel good and have that confidence come back, and that's where my performances are coming from. It just comes down to confidence in your pitches."
Absolutely. And, his four-seam fastball is generating 47% more break than the average pitcher, with 12.5 inches of horizontal movement, which if you're a right-handed batter, it looks like a cutter coming in toward the plate, but it has more velocity. It's a tremendous pitch that he's done a really great job, and also has some vertical movement at 14.1 inches of drop. But that changeup is really the difference maker for him, right? The changeup, opposing hitters are hitting .033 against it, with a 0.76 XBA and a 0.67 slugging, with 48% whiff rate and a 32.6% put away rate. The batters are whiffing on it 50% of the time because it looks like a fastball coming out of his hand, and it's moving differently, right? So it's generating 17.2 inches of break horizontally, and 37.5 inches of drop vertically. So you're seeing whereas his fastball's coming at you more with a horizontal movement, the changeup comes out looking like a fastball, but it's breaking even more horizontally, and it's getting a ton more vertical movement as well. So the entire pitch is just moving insanely. It's like a wiffle ball.
It really is a wiffle ball.
And then you have 96% active spin rate, which essentially determines the positive momentum it's gaining from spin. And the positive kind of variables, the positive break it's gaining from spin. So, that change up there is his difference maker pitch. Without that pitch, he's probably an average level bullpen arm. But with that elite pitch, that 80 grade pitch, he has the capabilities to be elite. He's the guy. If you're looking at anyone to help smooth over the loss of Michael King, this is the guy you want to be looking at. Clark Schmidt, I think, has some good qualities, good sinker. When he's on, he can throw it hard and throw it well. But Marinaccio is absolutely on fire right now, right? He hasn't given up a hit in his last 11 innings. And actually, since May, so he had a pretty tough April, but ever since May, I think he's about 18 innings of no-run baseball and one-hit baseball. He is a monster. He's had 22 combined strikeouts in that time frame. Lowered his ERA from April. That was 11.25 to now it's 1.96. The guy went back to Scranton, fixed whatever he needed to fix, came back, and has been just lights out, right? This is a player who we should be talking more about as someone 100%. Who is going to not only help the rest of the way, but he's going to be a postseason reliable arm. The guy doesn't get phased by big moments.
5.5 years of control too. Like this dude is going to be this is the second coming of David Robertson in 2009. I'm sorry, but I'm seeing it written in the stars. I've seen the light. That
looks like
year
a Peaky
there was
Blinder too.
it was he does. He looks like a Peaky Blinder or like Ray Liotta from Goodfellas when he was like younger. Or the Yankee librarian Joe said it best. He said he said that he looks like a sexy serial killer. So I don't know. But Ron the Don, whatever you want to say, he looks like, the dude is a born winner. He looks like an unfazed badass on the mound, is what he looks like. And having him in this bullpen now is huge. The reason I say it reminds me of Robertson in 09 is because he kind of came out of nowhere. Robertson was just like a good pitcher that we had kind of valued, and then he just came up and he just dominated, and he earned the nickname Houdini for his ability to get out of tight spots and get into trouble and get out of it immediately. Ron Marinaccio could be that David Robertson on this team, and they could win the World Series just like the 09 team. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of similarities between these two. But I will say yesterday, him pitching the 7th and 8th inning, I think was absolutely huge. Not just for Ron, but for Yankees, for us, and for people that are like wondering how the Yankees are going to handle Michael King's loss. That right there is how they're going to handle Michael King's loss. When they have all of their guys healthy and ready, or not healthy, sorry, when their guys that they have are ready to go and rested. I think last night showed, outside of Clay Holmes, they do not trust anyone more than around the Don Marinaccio.
Agreed. And, it's going to be fun to watch him the rest of the season, guys. This is a pitcher
who
he's a rookie. 27 years old. He's a rookie. We have 5 more years, 5.5 years of service time before he hits free agency. So, we have him on a very, very cheap contracts, right? If you have a bullpen arm that's that good and it has so much years of control, you're in good shape. We still got Clark Schmidt. Got some guys. We got Michael King back next year who didn't need Tommy John surgery, which is a huge bonus. So he'll be back for spring training most likely. They're going to reevaluate him about 8 to 10 weeks. See how he's doing then. But this is exciting, guys.
Didn't he say his surgery went well? I believe he posted.
Yep, the surgery went great. Yep, it went great.
Awesome.
That's really great news
to him. Yeah,
exactly. He'll be fine. He'll be back. And then you have him, Marinaccio, maybe bring in another guy next year. Maybe they bring in Anthony Bass, who has a 2023 club option. Yeah. So you could even exercise that for an extremely cheap price point. He's a veteran. He's got good stuff, having one of his best years this year. We'll see what Cashman does in the coming days here. Obviously,
definitely going to get a bullpen arm in the coming days. Give me Daniel Bard, baby.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that we could go after. So I'm excited to see what Cashman does. But if you enjoyed this video, my friends, make sure to like and subscribe. As always, we appreciate the love and all the amazing growth that we've experienced thanks to the community we're building. Shout out to Ron the Don for having a tremendous season and keeping up the good work. Hopefully, he maintains this pace and continues to just dominate.
Hopefully, he doesn't get traded, so I have another jersey.
He's not.
Just gone to wait.
I don't think he's gonna get traded, but
no, he's a future. He's a plan of the future, baby.
He is. He's a piece of the puzzle for the future. I think that's a main thing to note here. And hopefully, we gave you guys some good information to understand just how great he's been playing lately. But as always, thank you so much for tuning in to Fireside Yankees, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.